Friday, Richard Chooch. It is Friday. It is Joan, Friday. Ed, greetings to you in Oakland. How does one become a Diamond Top fan? Well, see, Kevin, you're well on the road. I've seen you here many times. That has more to do with Facebook than it does with me. I'm promoting you to Diamond fan, but that's not within my power to do so. But in my mind, in my heart, you're all Diamond fans. And diamonds are forever is what they say. But really, diamonds are a bit of a racket, which we now know. And not only that, there's sort of naughty blood diamonds. People are getting murdered, working down in holes under horrific conditions so that the De Beers company can form a monopoly on diamonds who everybody thinks they want, but do you really want it? You know, gold, I think you could pay for something with gold. People would take gold, but diamonds, it's tricky. Everything has to be working out for diamonds to be worth money. So Sarah, hello. Pants schmance, I'm with you on that. Joan says comment a lot to get the Diamond fan. Well, there you go. That's all that matters. Oh, it is all that matters. See, Kevin, I'm glad. Jen, good to see you. Missed you till the very end yesterday. Yeah, Facebook does it automatically. Yeah, I guess so. Facebook does it automatically. They automatically do. We don't know for a fact that they automatically do it, Ed. In fact, Facebook could be paying some person a wage. This is how they always put it when they're paying someone way under a wage that you would think is fair. A wage that they're happy to get to promote people to Diamond fans. That's what I'm sure Facebook is doing. And here's my Diamond spouse on her way in. Are you coming?
Yeah, I'm just looking to see if Olive's coming.
Oh, yeah. Olive's had a rough day with the gardeners today because they make her nervous. Well, it's people. It's people in the yard being busy. Olive's a bit of a timid creature. And she always likes to come in. Hi, Olive. Oh, your feet are a little dirty. Well, that's all right. You can have a sit down, enjoy the show. Belinda's going to come in and pick you up in a minute.
Where the fuck is my mug moment? Because somebody put the dishes away and hid my mug at the back of the mug drawer, my new mug that I wanted to be using on the show. And I was like, so I had to just drop a little F-bomb. Oh, if only I had my T-shirt on for dropping the F-bomb and looking for my mug.
Ralph Harris is here, man. I haven't seen you so when we're done with our show, Ralph, I'm gonna call you on your telephone.
Hey, Ralph,
assuming that works. All right.
Let me just get it on the armrest over here and take it and load off.
Rich said he had the day off. He hasn't worn pants in 24 hours.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
His neighbors aren't happy.
I keep thinking I'm going to have a naked day, but it's not going to be tomorrow, is it? We're going to the beach bright and early tomorrow.
Yes, we're off to San Onofre.
Dawn patrol.
Yes, we're leaving at... Well, the thing is, we're leaving at 6:30, but we won't get there till 8 because we're going so far away from our locale where we live. What have you got there? Some UCLA medical results?
This is what I got to do after the show today. It's a real corker of a day. I'm going to call UCLA because I've got my referral. I'm authorized to make an appointment to get a colonoscopy.
Oh.
Isn't that exciting?
Well, I'd say the obvious.
So this is going to be my fourth colonoscopy of my life.
Yeah, when I was in charge of the colonoscopies, we were on a very low. I had you on a good number, but I suppose that is it's 3 years since the last one.
No, it's been over 5 years since my last one.
Oh, since you had the light and the strobe and the probe up your bottom.
Yeah, yes, I'm going for it again. I'm hoping they can give me a hydroxychloroquine rinse while they're up there, or some shine a UV light. Where the sun doesn't shine.
Yeah, let's do that, and let's make sure that Jake never gets the coronavirus because we've preemptively disinfected his butthole and ultraviolet lighted it.
Yes, please.
That's what Trump was talking about. It was a disinfectation and a ultraviolet treatment.
Scott's asking about virtual jiu-jitsu. Well, yes. There's not any more Zoom classes because classes have resumed at the academy in an outdoor setting. But because of the risks involved, I have not received authorization to participate at this time.
From you know who.
Yeah, well, but I have got the authorization to get a colonoscopy. So...
Yes.
Which would you rather? Be choked to sleep by your friends? Well, you tap them and they stop before you go to sleep. Or get a colonoscopy. Well, I'm going to try the colonoscopy, but I can tell you already, I prefer
Well,
the
you
other
know
thing.
because you've already had colonoscopies.
Yeah.
You know how they're not fun. They're not good. Thank you, Darren. Yes, right off the bat. Yeah, well, why?
Oh, Jen's saying, bleach first. First the bleach, then the hydroxychloroquine, then you round out the treatment with the ultraviolet.
And Ed, we are toasty down here today too. Ed is saying it's 91 in Oakland. It's usually 75 where he is. So here's the thing, guys. We are in a heat wave here in California, and it wasn't supposed to be coming quite this soon. There's a great guy, Ed. I think you will like him. His name is Daniel Swain. He's out of UCLA, came from Stanford. And he has a blog. It's called Weather_West. Weather_West. At Weather West is where you'd find him on Twitter. But he writes a very detailed blog about California's weather. And he had to blog twice this week because the heat wave took him by surprise. So he was a little what the? Normally I wouldn't write twice in a week. He doesn't write like I talk. He's much more formal and, and then he also writes about the atmospheric rivers, that those rivers that are way up in the atmosphere that have more water in them than the Nile and the Mississippi and blah blah blah.
Would you like to tell us a little something about the weather we've got in store for us and what's?
Well, what Daniel is saying is that October and September are going to be very hot for California, and what's happening right now is Arizona's having crazy hot weather. They've had a record number of 110-degree plus days, and that's because there's a ridge of high pressure sitting over Arizona, and it's stopping usually from the southeastern Pacific. There's monsoonal weather that comes up and brings a bit of moisture and cools the air, cools the atmosphere out a bit. But that has not come right now because this ridge of high pressure. They did call the one that set off California a few years ago that made our weather just unbelievably hot and humid. They called it the RRR, the ridiculously resilient ridge. So it's this resilient ridge of high pressure that doesn't get broken up by other weather systems, and it keeps it really hot and toasty. So sorry, Arizona. And then what it means is that we're going to be pretty hot in October.
Pretty hot, but
September.
not as hot as it is in Texas. Jen's reminding us it's 107 there.
Yeah. So shut up, you Californians. Stop complaining. Well, yes, Jen, you're right.
Rich gets his first colonoscopy next year. Well, congratulations, Rich. Let me tell you a little bit about.
Yes.
The colonoscopy, obviously, you're knocked out. The colonoscopy is no big deal. They count backwards from 5, and you go 4, and then you're out, and then you wake up, and it's over, and you don't
even have a sore bottom.
No way, something happened. It's a bit, but then, but the worst part is the beginning, the prep that you take, where you've got to empty out. They give you stuff that empties you out. And you have to fast for a couple of days and drink the empty out stuff and water.
And that is disgusting.
That's the part.
That is so unpleasant. So yucky. I mean, there's just no.
Part.
You can't
like it. You
can't
put
a sheen on that.
You could kind of imagine that you're in some weird weight cutting prep for a prize fight, but you just feel so terrible. You don't feel like you're getting ready to go fight someone when you're done.
It's so disgusting, the stuff you have to drink. You just it's just so, horribly unpleasant.
The cold front, Uma says the cold front next week will drop us to 101.
Yeah. Ew. That is something to look forward to. God.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, Ed, glad you're heading to the beach, a dog beach, tomorrow. Yes. Jake and I are heading to San Onofre with our surfboards tomorrow.
Yep.
We went to the beach last night. It was lovely, actually. We went for a reset at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, it was nice down there. There were quite a few people at the beach. I was a bit surprised.
Yeah, well, we tried to go in the week when there aren't too many people.
And we were able to maintain our distance from them and have a little splash. It was nice. It was a nice way to spend the afternoon on a Thursday.
Rachel, I love it. Her gastroenterologist told her to mix the colonoscopy solution with 7-Up. And that helped. Yes, a spoonful of sugar does help the yucky medicine go down, doesn't it?
Put a little vodka in there, too.
Oh, my God.
Then you're in business.
Can you imagine being drunk and
then you're in business.
That might be fiery as it was coming out your butthole if you put vodka in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's hard to imagine.
I'm just sort of imagining,
it's
sort of
so
like
sort of not
seconds that,
enjoyable
from the top
that it's
to the
hard
bottom,
to imagine it's going to be less enjoyable when it's so unenjoyable.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Well, the perfect time
for
for
machine checks in.
Yeah. And that was sort of a slow kind
Mr.
of drawn
Predictor,
out one. That was really a
be...
lazy fart, I'd have to say. What a lazy fart. Get some energy, fart.
Mr. Predictor.
Yes. Hello, Mr. Predictor. What are we going to ask it?
Is tomorrow going to be a great day surfing for the Jerrys? Mr. Predictor, surfing tomorrow for the Jerrys. Great? Yes or no?
No.
Well, okay. I don't know what we need to go for,
Well,
Mr.
fuck
Predictor.
you, Mr. Predictor.
Oh, Mr. Predictor.
That is just not true.
You don't believe
No, I'm going to
in
have
the
a good time.
power
I
of
don't,
a
yeah.
plastic ball with a couple of batteries in it.
No,
Good
I
for
don't.
you. Good
and
for
I,
you.
And I
You're
got
not
quite
superstitious.
aggressive with him.
You did.
Didn't I? I didn't.
You went
I didn't
F
just.
you right on Mr.
Yeah,
Predictor.
I just was like, that is. Well, it's not. I could have been more of a lady and said nonsense, Mr.
Mr. Predictor,
that is nonsense.
Is Belinda hot?
He's going to say it's hard to.
Definitely not.
Oh, Mr. Predictor.
He doesn't like me.
He's feeling a bit
Yeah.
vindictive, isn't
Yes,
he?
yes, I told him to go
That's
F himself,
payback time.
and he
We
told me
know
that,
that's BS, Mr. Predictor.
Well, I might not be Mr. Predictor's type.
Order!
I might not be Mr. Predictor. In fact, I don't want to be Mr. Predictor's type. As you said, he's a
you're
he's
my
a round
type.
plastic ball with a couple of batteries in him.
Yeah, he's
I
not.
mean, come
he's
on,
not a
man.
good time.
Yeah.
So I've got this
That's
gavel.
never going to work.
Order! Order!
Oh my God. This might be the worst thing that happened to me. That Jake found his gavel. Is it an old one? It looks like it's like a real. Oh, is it from Grandma?
Yeah, this is from Grandma. This is given to Daddy 4-H Girls for his work made out of black native walnut.
Oh.
So this must have belonged to my grandfather for his work with the 4-H. Doesn't have any kind of engraving on it, but
So he wasn't a judge.
oh no!
but
Wait,
he-
here we go. No, I'm reading the same thing I just read. I thought I was reading
Yeah,
the other
that's a
side.
tag.
Oh, wait a minute! It's got a tag on it. Oh, I just read that tag. Order! Order!
Oh, let's get back to Mr. Predictor.
All right. Well, the
I'm
fun.
gonna have to
Here's
keep
some
you in
good
order.
news. The fun meter. Boom! Check it out.
Oh, well,
yeah, we're already in the maximum zone.
We are.
I'm gonna see if I can get us on the side screen. Well, they can't even see the side screen. So
Well, why
it
don't
doesn't
you
matter.
get on it yourself on it so you feel
Why
good?
don't- no,
You like to be
I
on the
feel
side
good.
screen.
I
Looks like
feel
we've got a
good.
fish tank in here, but that's just what's happening at
Yeah,
the bottom of
but-
your.
Yeah, for
I
some
didn't touch
reason.
it.
No,
I
but for
didn't.
some reason it's frozen down there, and so I'm
Yeah.
trying not to
Hopefully we're not
mess with it.
frozen
We're getting the comments.
to you guys. Bonding over colonoscopies. Yeah, well, I'm not going to tell you the thing that happened to me the last time I had one. I kept on telling Jake about
What a-
5,000 times
What
on
a
the way
spoiler
home.
alert. Yeah, well, I don't think we need to talk about your colonoscopy. There's
No, I knew that.
a lot of
I mentioned it, but I completely restrained myself from saying anything. Oh, nice with the crossed legs.
And where's
so
the-
sophisticated.
where's our lovely daughter right now?
She's up in the front house with Maya. Who knows
Oh,
what
she's
that-
got a friend.
Yes,
over
and I do actually want to send her a text because I want to say, hey, when you come back, be very careful how you walk down the driveway because you could be messing up the sloppy Joe decompressed granite
hopefully
that's
she'll
left
walk
everywhere.
on the steps. Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
messy mud
Yeah, we just
decomposed
paid for a big messy muck fest out there.
Yeah, they call it decomposed granite, but really what it amounts to is a sandy dirt that turns into a hard pack for your backyard.
Yeah, when you're going, Xeric, when we're doing the low water landscaping, which
Well-
we have done because we, as you guys might have gleaned, bit of hardcore, environmental stuff going on over here.
Ed said he had a walnut grandfather's clock that was made by his grandfather. Amazing. And then Rich is saying he needs to get a Flowbee. He's too paranoid to go to the barbershop. Rich, highly endorse the Flowbee. I mean, this happens to be a barber haircut, but I cut my hair with a Flowbee for years. Loved it.
And I did tell you guys, sometimes he'd go into the bathroom with this, quite a sort of a hip haircut, just a picture, and he'd sort of put that on the mirror beside him, and the next thing he'd walk out and he'd given himself it. I would be flabbergasted.
Yeah, I had it all. Darren made a Sazerac cocktail earlier, official drink of New Orleans. Yes, it is. And he's thinking about us. He loves the TGIF show. Thank you, Darren. Yeah, Sazerac. I've tried the Sazerac. I have to say it's a bit more bittery than I need. I'm a more of a bourbon and water kind of person.
So, Keys, your grandfather's axe, you have that he kept in the trunk of his car. A serial murderer, a tree feller, or just the axe was a good thing. You know, he didn't have a gun, he had an axe. I don't know.
Laura got turned down to donate blood because her temperature was 99.6, which was similar to your temperature from the other day, which we kind of decided was anomalous. Let's take a look at
Well, also, you know, because then when I came back out a minute later,
98.4 now.
it was normal. I mean, it did go from 99.6, and then you had a different temperature, and then it came back to me and went back to 99.6. But then when we took it a little bit later, I like the old-fashioned thermometer that works like the, you know. It's hard to read the mercury. I know everyone likes the one that just prints it out, but.
So I was listening.
Yes. Hello. Tell me what. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello. I'm here. I'm ready to receive the information. I'm as ready as I'll ever be. I am ready. Yes, I am. I'm ready. Are you ready?
You say go when it's my turn to talk. You whisper it. So I've heard about two shows.
Go, Jerry.
Shut it.
No.
I've heard about.
Oh, me.
Yeah, I've heard about two shows that we might be interested in. One is the HBO show. I can't remember the name of it, but it's that counter historical show where, in the show, Charles Lindbergh is elected president. That's supposed to be very interesting, kind of a contrary historical fiction thing.
Is that the one where they're super anti-Semitic?
Well, I'm not sure, but possibly. So that was recommended.
But we don't know its name, but it's,
yeah, that was recommended. And then this Lovecraft show, which is also, I think, on HBO or Netflix. There's a Lovecraft show that's got elements of sci-fi, race, all kinds of stuff that's supposed to be good. So maybe we can check one of those out over the weekend.
Well, we're going to lose our lovely
Utopia. We're going to be done with
tonight.
Utopia, the British Utopia, which if you can find that somewhere, it's pretty satisfying.
Well, the thing is, it's got a lot of crazy stuff in it, including a horrible virus, but the characters are so out there, and the way it's shot, it's so beautiful. It's got all these primary colors and just really kind of kooky characters, but it is hard to find, and especially to find the first season in a resolution that you'll enjoy watching. Because I did say to Jake, look, I know you don't think the FBI agent is important, but I would like to actually better make out her face for the brief time before she gets her head blown off. There's quite a high body count, guys. I have to tell you that. But
Jen was going to get one of those head thermometers, but when she saw they were $50, she decided to get perfume instead.
Your family will understand.
Power move.
The plot against America. Yeah, and it's totally it's very anti-Semitic, I think, is what's happening.
Well, Utopia, the show isn't anti-Semitic. Utopia is a British show. I think there's an American remake in the works, if not already finished, but Utopia is a British TV show. There's 2 seasons of it. Great conspiracy theory, involves a virus. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah, it is really good, guys. I highly recommend it. Just trying to get comfortable on it could be quite a challenge, this chair. Should we swap? Should I try the stool?
Do you want to okay, well, let's do a quick do-si-do.
Okay, I'll go out this way. And then
I'm gonna actually swap the chairs.
Really?
I don't want to disorient the audience.
Oh right, yeah, because if they've just gone to the bathroom and then come back because they thought we might hear them
two different places. I mean.
This you've really got to sit up straight.
Is that nice? Do you like it up there? I thought you wouldn't like it because you couldn't.
Oh, careful! There's a dog.
I know.
Hi,
you can't roll back. You can't.
No, I can't lie. I can't lie back. I might have to go lie in that chair and talk to you. I could be like Mr. Predictor's voice from afar.
Yeah, well, that's another way we could do it. We could just reverse the thing, and you could sit in the recliner way behind me. How would that be?
Well, how would it be?
How would that be?
Yeah, it would be different.
How would it be? So we've got a bit of socializing happening this afternoon. We're going to have some people over to sit on our deck and look at the
spaced far apart. Yeah,
sunset.
they'll look at the sunset and the ocean, and we'll look at them, and into our bedroom, our boudoir. Or bedouin, as Jack Nicholson used to like to call it.
Your house guests really do love that while you're talking to them if you keep glancing at your own bed.
They don't even notice that you're doing
that.
They
don't notice, yeah.
They just think we're looking at the bath or something.
I was almost...
Are these nunchucks?
Those are foam nunchucks.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I think we've played with those before.
I think we have. But,
totally
you're welcome to get them out if you like.
No, I don't need to get those out.
All right.
Okay, I'm good.
Well,
I'm just looking for something else here to play with. No, I won't. I won't fiddle or play with anything. It's just now I'm feel quite confined because I'm sitting.
You
on
wanted
a
a
high
change
chair.
of seats. And
I know, I
feel
did.
like I had given you the preferred seats, and
Yes,
now you
you did.
realize that I had.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hello. Yes, you. Jerry.
Well, tell me about one of your challenges as you look forward into next week. What's next week going to be for you? I'm going to get the car fixed from the little rear ender that I've had. I think that's going to happen.
I'm going to
next
sell
week.
a TV show. I'm going to do that next week.
Oh, that'll be great.
Yeah.
That'll be something for us to celebrate around here, that you've sold a TV show.
Yeah. So I'm going to do that. That's what I've got on for next week.
Mm-hmm.
And what else? Well, I'm going to interview some powerhouse ladies, actually, some movers and shakers in the lady leadership department. So I'm not going to say any of their names yet because I've got to, get that, completely squared away. So that would be a fun thing for me to do next week, to talk to some...
Richard says marriage at a 7-ish? No, I think we're doing quite...
we're pretty good. Oh, Scott thinks we're at a 9.2.
Ed said he watched a show on Amazon Prime called Collateral. It said was well done. Jen is suggesting, we still haven't watched The Train to Busan. And what was the other one? I'm trying to see the other one that you said. Baskets. Yeah, we don't get... I think Baskets is on Showtime, which we don't get. We just can't... I can't be subscribing to a whole nother thing.
Yeah, I'd say we're closer to a 9.2 than a 7. Though I don't know that, I mean, maybe not in the 9s. I mean, have you done something extra special today? Have I done something extra special to make the other person go, wow, look who I'm married to. Lucky me.
Well,
I do think
I
you're
wake up
fantastic.
feeling like that almost every day. Look
look,
who I'm married to.
I do think you're fantastic and lovely, and you have not been at all troublesome today. You've been, sweet and good.
Well, that's a relief.
Yeah.
I did help you yesterday doing the
dog's thing.
doing
here,
the
this
yard
right
waste
there.
bin into the other
So
yard.
just
Yeah,
be
but
very.
she's not.
I know she's not in any danger.
She's not in any
But
danger.
I would really hate to hurt Olive. Olive is already
God, I'm not going to hurt the dog.
I know, not intentionally. But imagine if by accident.
Yes, if I was to imaginarily roll the wheelchair back over the dog's nose, that would be horrible.
It would be, because Olive has already been charged by a big dog, and as you know, guys, is quite timid. In fact, she won't even come up on our... I think she doesn't come up on the knees because it's too uncomfortable during the show.
Yeah, she doesn't go for it.
Well,
It's
she
not
just
as
gave me a
cozy.
sort of slightly weird look.
No.
He's walking that one back.
I'm excited about
Wise
the
man.
weekend. I'm excited about the new week next week. I don't know what I'm going to be doing. I've got to get a new fitness thing. I don't think Jen was saying 2 rear end chores next week. I'm going to get the rear ender for the car fixed, but I don't think the colonoscopy is going to happen next week. I'm going to have to put that into the future. I mean, how's never? Is never good for you? That's what I'd like to do, the colonoscopy. All right, here we go. Watch a lot of overly sarcastic productions telling stories on myths, history, and all with much sarcasm, of course. Yeah, well, that sounds good. Who's drinking? Well, somebody's having a Sazerac. I can't remember who that was already. Oh
You
my
like
God, and I'm not
sarcasm,
drinking.
Ramon.
I'm not drinking. Yeah.
Well, who doesn't? Sarcasm comes from the Greek word...
Who doesn't?
Did I say it like that? Like really?
Well, a little bit.
Oh, I didn't mean to.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'll
Yeah.
do it again. Who doesn't? Sarcasm is
Oh,
great.
sarcasm.
It does mean, in Greek, it comes from the Greek word meaning to tear flesh.
Yeah.
So it's quite...
Thank you.
Yes, it's quite a, But it is fun. It is fun sarcasm. Okay, I have to admit I'm sort of slightly nervous about that.
What are you nervous about?
The dog. I know you're not going to run over her, but look where her nose is. She's not near the big
She's not
wheel.
going to get hurt. If it
I know.
starts to move, she's going to move. Well, look at this.
Please don't do that,
It's
Jerry.
nowhere near her.
I know it's not, but the thing is, I just don't want her to be hurt. You could,
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I know.
Isn't this a great show?
Yeah. Don't be commenting what I'm doing in the show.
Oh, no, I won't. No, I won't. You're nailing it. You're
that's-
nailing it as usual. It's
That's-
Friday.
Yeah.
I could have done
Yes.
some preparation. I did. Hey, I've been.
Don't tell her we didn't do any preparation. Never admit that.
I've been into the. Never
God,
admit it.
that is absolute nonsense.
Never admit it. I've been into
Oh,
the.
okay, all right. Now you've got to swap back with me because I can't handle you. On
No,
that.
I'm not. No, I'm not going to do
All
that.
right.
I've been into the trivia book. We've only got 5 minutes of show left. I think we're going to make it. I've been into the trivia group book and I've highlighted some trivia. I've cherry picked trivia. I hope this is to your liking, and if you don't like the ones that I've checked, then imagine how terrible the ones are that I didn't. During the 12th century, Sutoku, Emperor of Japan, spent a 3-year exile copying the Lankamara Sutra, a Buddhist religious work containing 10,500 words, in his own blood.
I want to say something sarcastic about that.
Well, Ramon would enjoy that.
Yeah, why in your own blood? What's his name? Emperor?
Well, it was exile, and I mean...
Oh, he needed something to do.
He was in exile, he needed something. 10,500 words is not...
That's not that many.
He was in exile for 3 years. So if you're copying something that's 10,500 words, I feel like you could actually probably, if you're just using a pen and paper, you could knock that out in, a week, probably. But when you're doing it in your own blood, that adds a real time element to it.
Yeah, I wonder if he set up a thing where I've got quite, I don't know if you can see, but I'm got quite good big veins.
Vascular.
Yeah, I'm quite vascular. I've got some. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if he just set it up so
Time
he had
for
a
the gun
needle.
show. Let's see the gun show.
Really?
Well, look right here. This is where you got the veins.
Yeah,
look at those veins. Look at those veins right
wow,
there.
wow.
Holy
And I've
mackerel.
been in the garden, so I'm really I've been working out. I've been
I love that you're a little bit shy, like, I don't want to do the gun show. And I'm like, what about the gun show? And you're like, yeah!
Well, I have been showing the bamboos boss for the last 2 days.
Oh.
And that must have done something for my guns. But I was wondering if he had a little drip set up from the vein, with a little stent in there, and then a tube, and then the end of the pen, or a nib on the other end that's just sort of, or maybe he just
So he's just writing with blood that's just
dripping out of his
right
arm.
out of him?
Yeah, or maybe he sort of had a little vein cut, and then he's got his quill, and he's quickly writing in it and sort of, holding the dripping blood over top.
Let's brainstorm about
how did
ways
he
that
do
you
it?
would write with your own
How
blood.
did he do it?
I'm going to imagine that he
Collected
cut
it.
himself, put it in a container, dipped the pen in, wrote with his own blood.
Went old school, like it was ink.
And then when he was out of out of blood for the day, he would knock off for that day, take a little break, and prepare for the next day. That's my guess. That's my guess. But I've never written anything in my own blood.
Yeah. I haven't either. I don't even think I've had have I ever had one of those, blood sisters handshakes, where you spit and you shake, or you cut your fingers and you rub your blood sisters. I mean, I feel like I've got super good girlfriends that, where they like blood sisters, but we haven't had to cut our fingers and do anything silly.
It's pretty obvious there's been a minimum of preparation. Yeah. Thank you, Ed.
Yeah, thanks.
I thought that was obvious.
You're telling me
also.
this is non-scripted? No way.
Yeah.
And then a table read before every show, of course.
Yeah.
Ramon is being, No, it's all carefully rehearsed. Yes, it is. Top fan, whoever said that. And then that was Jeff.
Some people are asking for an hour-long show for a less rushed feeling. Yeah, I get it.
This isn't the dressed rehearsal? Dressed rehearsal. It is dressed. We are dressed for this rehearsal. I don't think you want the nudie. Well, you probably do, some of you, but you're not going to get it. We're not going to come in here in the Starkers.
In the buff?
In the Starkers and do a show. Absolutely not.
No,
that's a different kind of show.
not.
No, that's a different
No,
kind of
we're
show.
not.
And we don't do those kind of shows.
No, I've passed the age of a nude show, I think. Although that is a thing that was going on in stand-up before the Varinus lockdown. There were shows where people would perform in their underwear or perform naked, do their regular act, but just be naked or in their underwear. And I don't know. That's a young man's game.
Jen says she's done lots of things with her own blood. Thank you for sharing, Jen, and not too explicitly, because I feel like we could really get down could get crazy. An hour would be a less rushed feeling. Oh, you guys. An hour. I don't think we could do it for an hour. Well, we probably could do it for an hour. I could give you shit for an hour, couldn't I?
Well, we might have to have a bit more of a roadmap.
I don't know. I think the non-scripted,
Well, we're at a half hour. Would you like a bit more trivia, or are you ready to knock this off?
Well, that first trivia was so good.
It's hard to
writing in his
push it.
own
Let's
blood,
not push it.
10,800. No, give us another one.
Oh.
Come on, I said it was so good. Let's have another one.
Oh, just keep going till you get a bad one?
I thought psychotically, you could just read me and know. I could just sort of, just throw just a speck of an idea out there, and you would know instantly what it was.
You're an unpredictable spark of.
Yeah. You just you're like, oh no, if I went the wrong way and then Mrs. Jerry got mad at me or something.
It's like having my own Tinkerbell fairy. I mean, Tinkerbell's a bit of a vindictive ass in the movie.
Well, she gets jealous because
Yes,
she
you know, I get
likes
it.
Peter Pan, and
keenest-
she, you and I'm not a jealous person, but I maybe you'd like it if I was a little more jealous.
Well, I don't do things to make you jealous.
That's true. He doesn't. He's very
The
well
keenest
behaved.
sense of smell exhibited in all nature is that of the male silkworm moth. It can detect the sex signals of a female 6.8 miles away. Not quite 7 miles away.
Yeah. At 7 miles,
Oh.
sorry, there's not going to be having any sex.
Is that you, Beatrice?
But at 6.8, it's game on. You know, what
Bring it
was
in.
You know, another animal that smells
Let's make some larvae.
really well is an elephant. They say an elephant has got a sense of smell that I can't remember how many times stronger than us and how many times stronger than a dog. But there's a country in Africa that had a terrible problem with landmines. And they eventually used elephants. And of course, it was terrible in the beginning because sometimes elephants got their, the bottom of their legs blown off. But they could actually, with their trunks, they would sort of put them out. I know, it's ghastly. It's not a good story. It is a good story in the end because these elephants helped get all the mines out of the country because they would put their trunks out and they could smell the nitroglycerin or whatever was in the mines. And they helped them, get the mines out of the country. It's a pretty amazing story. It's not Botswana. Where is it? I'll do some research for that for Monday, so I can give you the the full story on it. But we did that in my animal geography class with Lilia Illis, the fantastic UCLA professor I've told you about, who she used to chortle away about some of the comments that she got from students, and the one she loved was one of them who wrote on, rate your professor and said, I couldn't tell all semester whether, it was a man or a woman up there. She thought that was hilarious, Lilia Illis, which I thought really endeared me to her.
Well, nowadays you have to ask people.
Oh, yes,
what do you
what's your
identify
pronoun? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there was none of that. They just.
But I think that this person was trying to decide whether or not Lilia Illis was a biological vagina person.
or a transvestite. Was this so that's what? Yes, a biological.
Dude
yes.
looked like a lady.
Maybe
Although
you look like a dude. Yes,
anyway.
you're right. A biological or
We're in trouble
non-biological
now.
vagina person.
We've hit the deep water. Happy Friday,
we
everybody.
have because we were actually saying the same thing.
Okay, so
Anyway.
today's Seize the Day
Okay.
is by Eckhart
Yes.
Tolle. Eckhart Tolle. Remember that guy? We were talking about.
Eckhart, yeah, you guys were
Oh,
giving
God.
him a hard time the other day.
If you've ever gotten one of his books on audio, all I can say is don't. His voice, you can't believe this is a guy you've been taking advice from. What will be left of all the fearing? It's so awful. But let me read this in my voice. Because I feel like what he's got to say is great, but his personal voice is not so great. What will be left of all the fearing and wanting associated with your problematic life situation that takes up most of your attention? A dash 1 or 2 inches long between the date of birth and the date of death on your gravestone? Eckhart Tolle. This
Sorry.
one's a little heavy.
just
Rachel even put a parenthetical in there. This one's a little heavy.
Oh, I did a little bit of upstaging. I put my mug up while you were reading.
So what he's saying is all the fear, all the problems in your life is just a dash in between when you were born and when you were dead. That's how they sum up your entire life. So don't spend a whole lot of time worrying about your life or your problems, because they're just going to be a little dash in the end in stone. Not that big of a deal. All right.
Okay,
New
you
show,
guys.
Sacrifice Saturday. Well,
Yeah.
it's going to be a sacrifice for me because I got to get up at what time are we
6
going to get
o'clock?
up? 6 o'clock to be out the door by 6:30.
30, yeah.
30.
Tarty.
So
We haven't even
so
told
we've got
out.
to be packed before we go.
Yeah, we
All
do.
right.
We got to pack up tonight. Okay, guys.
Don't give up.
Love you. Have a great weekend. See ya.
Belinda's out. Don't give up. There'll be plenty of time to give up later. Thank you for your patronage, and we'll see you tomorrow. Although I guess your business. I mean,